What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the podcast, Lace 'em Up SO. I'm your boy, CEO's Boutique, also Executive Kicks. My other partner, introduce yourself.
What's going on, people? It's me, yo, aka Step It Up Footwear, aka Saga Beauty Sneaker God, aka Free of Oxygen. And I'm feeling good, man. Yeah.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Well, we got a special guest, man. This is the youngest one that we've actually interviewed. And he's coming on the other side. I don't even know. Can I even say the other side of the city? Because he's not necessarily in the Toronto GTA area, right? So, my man, introduce yourself to our peoples.
What's up here? Lujah Dauphin, aka Dolphin Kicks, sneaker reseller. I have a few sneaker stores called Centrall. We're now in Montreal, Laval, Sherbrooke, Quebec, and we're opening the new one on the south shore of Montreal in Saint-Bruno in the next 2 weeks.
Wow.
So big. Five? Is that five?
That's going to be 5, yeah.
That is crazy,
big,
man.
That's big. And how old are you? How old are you, may I ask?
I'm 20 now.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow. Definitely. Round of applause.
That's dope. That's dope. So, you going hard.
Dolphin,
yeah.
I've known you for quite a while. I've seen you come up, do your thing. Just give the people them listening in French. Give them in French about your stores again. Just say everything that you said in French in case we have those listeners.
Okay. Salut, ça va? Lujah Dauphin, a.k.a. Dolphin Kicks. Si vous écoutez en français, peut-être que vous connaissez déjà, peut-être pas. Propriétaire des magasins Centrall à Montréal, Laval, Sherbrooke, Québec. Et on ouvre bientôt sur la rive sud de Montréal au promenade Saint-Bruno. Fait que si vous êtes de la rive sud, j'espère de vous voir là-bas. Ça va être le fun.
Oh, did you understand any of that?
I understood the English part. I understood that. When he first said it, I understood. The second part, I don't know. I just went with it.
That's what's up. All right. Dolphin, where did the name come from? Let's start with that because that's what I guess people know you as. I know you as both Dolphin Kicks and Elijah. So where did that name come from?
I mean, pretty much, it's pretty simple. At first, I wanted to start selling sneakers. And at first, I was trying to, I think a lot of the young guys, when they want to come up with, like, start doing sneakers, they want to, like, a name for it, So at first, I was looking at, like, those basics names, like Resell Montreal, Clean Souls, like all those stuff.
Yeah.
And my uncle, that's actually a sneakerhead that kind of got me into the game, was like, yo, you got something unique. My last name is actually Dauphin, which is dolphin, but in French. So he's like, yo, just call yourself Dolphin Kicks. Instead of being like the same like name as everyone, just trying to, really stand up for yourself. And I think like taking that direction helped me up on the long run. So I just went with Dolphin Kicks, which perfectly represents me. It's my last name.
That's dope. So are you born and raised in Montreal? Like, is that where you're from?
Yeah, I'm born and raised in Montreal. I've been a bit all over in Montreal. I've been moving a lot since I was a kid, but I'm from Haitian background. I lived also a bit in Haiti, in Dominican Republic. So I've been in a few places, and then I came back to Montreal. Yeah.
Dope. So you really got to see the roots of Haiti and stuff like that.
I mean, yeah, I think that's it's important to see like where family and like parents come from. It really changes the whole vision on the long run.
Oh, for sure. You know what? Early 2000, I actually used to be out in Montreal a lot. I got a lot of different boys from out that way. So, definitely kind of know about the culture and stuff like that. And yeah, it's just being in Montreal is dope. Like when you get down there or whatever, it's definitely different from Toronto. And when I went out there for, I think it was SneakerCon. I believe it was SneakerCon. I was surprised to see like the sneaker culture is actually out there. You know what I mean? There's a lot of different dudes. So you guys definitely have a sneaker culture out that way. And well, obviously you're opening up more stores, so there's got to be out that way. And it's definitely grown from the last time I was out in Montreal. You know what I mean? So that's dope to see.
Man, Montreal's sick, man. I remember because I always say this. I'm a lot older than most of these sneakerheads now, but I used to go to Montreal in high school and do their carnival, their caravana out there. And I tell you, it's a whole different level out there.
Yeah, different.
Yeah, man. All right, Dolphin. What made you get into sneakers, man? What brought you into this new world?
Personally, since I was a kid, I always liked shoes, like sneakers. Like for my whole childhood, I didn't have no. I wasn't like I didn't know what was difference between Adidas and Nikes. Like for me, just the shape of a sneaker with the big sole, the high cut top with the fat tongue. That was it for me. So as soon as I kind of get back to Haiti, from Haiti and Dominican Republic, my dad like we went to the yellow store, and I was just happy. I had some dope sneakers. I like dancing too. I could dance with it. I was happy. And then I went to school, and people are like, like it's Nike's where it's at, or it's Adidas. So then I started learning. I started doing my research, and then already being a fan of sneakers, now I started like seeing sneakers that actually had meaning behind them. So that was something that was really crazy for me. So I started like just like I didn't have the money for sure at the time, but I was looking for at least between 2 to 3 hours per day of just sneaker content every day, just looking at how to wear Jordan 3s, Concords 11 on foot by a Bull TRC on YouTube, or like, you know, like just legit checking all that stuff. I was doing that for like maybe like a whole 2 years straight.
You was really studying it.
Like I was really just like loving it. Like at that point. And then once I went to like a family dinner or something, my uncle was pulling up, and he's like kind of that cool uncle. He's not that old. He's like 30. So like I really see like I really used to see him like myself in him. Like he has the dreads too. So like he's kind of cool, and he had the Baron 9s on feet. I was like, damn, those are sick. I want a pair of J's at that point. So that's really what got me started.
Nice.
It's always an older cousin or older OG where like you see the swag and you're like, yo, damn, like, you know what I mean? And exactly. The way you catch on to it. Yeah. The influence is crazy. Definitely. All right. So next question I wanted to get into, what made you open your first store? Like, you know what I mean? Like, how did you get into that and say, yo, one day, like, I want to open my own store? I know you had the love for sneakers. Does it have to do with that, or like, tell me?
I mean, I'll get to it. Well, to the first store. Well, first, at that point, it was a few years after like that level. I said I was like getting to sneakers, and I started selling shoes. The thing, I know in Toronto, it was the thing. It was starting in Toronto. In the US, it was really established, but was just Instagram. So in Montreal, I was the first reseller to really use Instagram to sell sneakers. So that's one thing. At first, I was like, yo, everyone's on Facebook or Kijiji, and it's booming in the US on Instagram. I was like, yo, there's no way. Like there was maybe one account by an OG with 200 followers. You see, so no one really taking like that seriously. So I just like started my Instagram, and here and there like telling people to follow it up. And then when they got to a certain level, people were starting to like recognize me and be like, okay, that guy's legit. So that's when I had like kind of a small community, and that's when I was like, okay, let's try to actually set up a pop-up. So I did multiple pop-up shops. They kind of went up in popularity and sales and all that. And at one point, we did one pop-up shop that was really game-changing. And with that one, we just said like, yo, fuck it. Let's just open a store if we did that good in the pop-up. So I started my little pop-up in my little store in the same place as a pop-up that was like a 300 square foot store. If you see the size, it's like it's a living room, but not even.
I was gonna say,
even, that's small. I had to deal with because I had a space for the pop-up, and then I was supposed to move into a bigger space for my actual store with the landlord, but the landlord being like me with a kid that's 17, it was my parents that had to sign some like securities
on the lease. Faith in you like that.
He's
I
like,
get you. Okay.
Yo, I'm gonna just lease it to someone that's more safe, and I'll like keep the kid in the small space for now. So at the point I was supposed to move into a bigger store in the same like little like office place, he just told me one day, he's like, yo, you're just staying where you're at. I was like, really? Like 200 square foot, like 300 square foot. Like I made it happen still, but it was really small to run out.
Yeah, you worked with it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
No, that's good,
Definitely,
man.
you definitely stepped up though. Like, you know what I mean? Like, look what you're at now.
100%.
Five stores, right? That's a story to tell. That's
Right.
that's a
Yeah,
good story to tell,
exactly.
man. Dope.
You have to start
Dope.
somewhere, right? And you have your story, you have your background of where you started from, which is good. So as Osh just said, it's the come up process. You got to really start from the bottom and work your way up.
Yeah, 100%.
Square feet, baby. 300 square
That's
feet
dope,
to 5
man.
stores, baby. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Dolphin, this is a funny question to me, but where'd you get the idea for the kicks machine?
The sneaker machine? Well, I mean, I think you already got the answer to that. I mean, at that point, it was kind of like an essential for any store to really have it.
Yes.
So I was checking it up. Well, of course, the US had everything. I was like, you know how it is. Especially like 3-4 years back, everybody's watching Sean Waterspoon. Everybody's watching 2Js. They're the only guy like coming up. But I kind of seen myself more into 2Js because I was looking more at the sneaker game, more like the sneaker store. I was looking at more like a retail store than an actual. I'd say round two and 2Js are mostly like round two is more like a resale pawn shop.
Yeah.
And 2J is more like a sneaker high end store. I kind of went more on the 2J side. So, but of course, the 2Js had the Keymaster in Canada. I think you were definitely the first one, and I was seeing like the few other stores in like every store in Toronto had it. So I had and I think the first time I saw an actual Keymaster in real life, it was you bringing one to Montreal for the second Soul Exchange, right?
Yes, that's
exactly.
right.
So the first time, and like there was so many people in line, I was like, "Yo, I need to figure a way out
how to get this."
Yeah,
that's legendary, though, man. It's a good thing to have. Even like when I first talked to 2Js about that machine, he said, "I don't use this to make money. I use this to bring suit." And I seen everybody else follow suit after that as well.
100%. 100%. I think it's really cool, but personally, I think it's a time for anyone that's in the sneaker game to step it up because like a Keymaster is cool, but we've seen it. It's nothing new now. So I'm trying to come up with new ways to make it cool. And what 2Js is doing right now is his new store is just crazy. Now he went from Keymaster to paintball machines to tattoos to haircuts to ice cream in his store. That's like next level. And I think I don't think everyone's gonna go that way because it's kind of like really big. But I think that it's the position to look at it. It's the
for sure, man.
Definitely. I hear you do some traveling for sneakers and stuff like that to buy sneakers. What's that experience like in the process like?
Man, for me personally, the most important things it was to get content. At first, like I think I'm 100% sure I'm the first guy into maybe Montreal. But I don't want to bounce anything, but maybe Toronto, Canada, that really tried to do all the sneaker events in the country. Like I was going to Toronto. Like there's guys that did some events, but to be there like every single I think from a certain point since the Soul Exchange Montreal, I think I went to almost every Soul Exchanges. I've been to every sneaker con in Canada. So whether it was Vancouver, Canada. There wasn't. I don't think there was that many people or anyone doing as many sneaker events. So for me, it was really important to get that just to make content because once again, like 2J Kicks had a technique that was like very good, which was just going to sneaker events and
he's everywhere.
Put the store up. So I was pretty much doing the same thing, just going to those events and trying to find anything that I couldn't have locally and get it to my store because I want to when people come in the store have what they needed. So for me, it was really good in content-wise and sometime inventory-wise. But in general, I feel like it's not that profitable to go buying because you can just because the deal that I'll find are probably going to be good. Yeah. But the thing is all the costs that are coming with it. Like when I work at first point, it wasn't that bad when I'm going with 100 pairs somewhere with just set up my table, sell some shoes, bring back some. But when it was to a level that I had to like, you know, rent a whole house for my whole team, rent the whole van, pay my video guy on the thing. It was just really to just make a whole ass video and maybe to fill up a new store, but it wasn't really on making profit on that. It was again marketing, just to get the
marketing and building the company, and getting to where you need to get. I hear you.
Right.
I hear you.
Yeah,
and
that's dope. You put a lot of thought into it.
Yeah, man. I don't think a lot of people really look at that aspect that this guy's out there busting his balls off till he's working hard, right? They're looking at it as, oh my God, that guy either a lot of money, he's making a lot of money. You're actually sometimes losing or breaking even when you're going everywhere. But at the same 100%. Time, it's that content that you're after. So I definitely understand that. And just to top it off, you are the first person in all of Canada to travel all those things, because I've been following and I've been watching you since back then. So yeah, I believe you are the first.
Just hearing your story, man, like I really love the way that you executed building your business, because there's a lot of businesses in Toronto, and you know, people might say I'm hating or they might be upset, but there's a lot of businesses in Toronto where they just start a store and Instagram. They ain't really putting the work in like you put in. You know what I mean? However, I'll give a shout out to 456 Kicks out in Hamilton, because those guys are definitely doing some dope stuff. They definitely catch my eyes.
I see them. I'm following them as well. I think they do what I think the most important thing whenever doing the business or any business is just start with what you get and work it out from there. So yes, they don't have the craziest store, the craziest Instagram, but you see people are coming in, showing love, and they're doing the same thing back to their customer.
Definitely.
And it shows.
Yeah.
So I think that
working in the community, it's amazing. Sorry, go ahead.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, agreed, man. What's the like in Montreal in terms of having a sneaker stores out there? Is it competition? A lot of competition out there? Are you guys all working together? Is there love? Like, how is that? And how many stores do you think are in Montreal for reselling sneaker shops?
Okay, so how many stores? It's hard because I mean there's some that I don't know. Okay, so right now, from my knowledge, I'll count the other ones and then mine. There's what's their name? Saint-Début on Monk. It's a bit further on the west. From what I know, some people pull up, they make some sales, so good for them.
Nice.
But I think they're not the main, like the most knowns. After there's Oak Shop, they're Westmount. They're also now in Laval, and they're opening Ottawa. There's Oak Shop. So we are 3. There's also another store. There's Culture Clash. It's another seller from Montreal, but right now it's not open to the public. I think he does appointments, so I don't know really if I should like count him. I think he's reopening soon, but I don't know if I should count him. There's Out This World that just opened.
From Toronto.
On downtown Montreal. And then there's also, what's their name? What's their name? Atelier du Sneaker. It's more like a cleaning shop, but they still resell a few shoes. Okay. So they're the east side of Montreal. Now we're at 5, 6, and with me, I counted one in Laval. I kind of consider Laval like Montreal because it's weird, you know. One thing,
the island, right?
Exactly. In Toronto, you could say, what was the neighborhood? Not Yorkville.
Mississauga or Toronto or downtown Toronto. Then you have Etobicoke, stuff like that.
I mean, where's Yorkdale at? I forget the name.
Yeah, Yorkdale would be considered
North York.
North York.
Yeah, but that's it's considered like Toronto, but not kind of like a suburbs, like a separate
uptown.
So probably like a Mississauga uptown. Yeah, I used to actually I used to have some friends out in Laval, so I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
But because Montreal and Laval, it's actual 2 islands. It's we can, like people saying people from Laval will saying like, "Oh, I'm from Montreal." It doesn't pass, but
Yeah.
technically, it's still, you know. So I'll count Laval. So now we're at 6 without mines, and then me, Montreal, and Laval, and the South Shore, kind of the same thing. Next month, so we're gonna get to like a 9. But I'd say the top players, me, Oak Shop, and all this. So I don't know exactly, but they're close to me, so I think they might be there too.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds like, you know, Laval and Montreal's like that that Hamilton and Toronto talk.
Exactly.
Or that Brampton and Toronto talk.
Say so. It's hard to say, man. It's hard to say, but it's definitely I haven't seen it. I'm trying to compare sometimes to other cities to like understand.
Yeah.
I go to another city. I'm trying to open a shop there. I'm like, okay, what's that neighborhood compared to this?
Yeah.
How can I like give me a comparison compared to Montreal to understand your neighborhood? And they just can't.
Yeah.
Laval and Montreal is hard to like really like like it's 2 different cities. It's like 2 different islands, but technically
it really is. And Laval, like I know Laval. I've been all around Laval. Like it's different from when you go to like downtown Montreal.
Exactly.
So
but at the same
feel
time,
you.
it's kind of
Okay. So like what brands are you rocking right now the most? Like what's got you? What's got your eye?
Personally, clothing wise?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm pretty versatile in terms of what I'm wearing, like clothing wise. Supreme. I always like the thing with Supreme is that there's some pieces that are like really gonna catch the eye and be like, oh, that's sick, and be like, okay, that's more like a cash grab. So I really try to like go for the ones that I feel like they're nice. Like, okay, I'm gonna be called the typical high BCS. I have like those Supreme North faces. For winter, because like, yo, that's what I sell. I can't be wearing like a Y3 jacket and sell Yeezys. That's my opinion. I gotta wear what I sell too. But I kind of enjoy it, which is cool. But some pieces that are more like me, like I like personally. Last time when I went to LA at round 2, I got the Supreme Public Enemy parka jacket. That's one I really like. It's pretty sick. What else am I wearing? I got a Supreme undercover that I got. I've got that Supreme but this one's thermal. It's like two layered. It's really good for Quebec because it is cold here.
I could only imagine.
I started this summer getting into Greg Lauren. I don't know if you guys know.
No,
I'm not familiar.
It's like I think it's the cousin of Ralph Lauren.
Okay.
And those he takes like military grade like clothing or like just parts, backpack, whatever, and then he kind of combines them with it's hard to explain, but he recycles them and he makes those pieces. They're like top notch quality wise. Yes, pretty expensive, but like he puts them and like I'll show you one piece just so you have a bit of understanding. Like I'm getting pretty much a fan right at this, but it's like this, like sweatpants inside.
Okay, so it's like a streetwear.
That's like
military. Those are actually dope. I like.
Yeah, exactly. So I have like a few pairs of and they're super comfy. And it's cool because it's like between classy and like also like casual because it's a sweatpants, but at the same time, like it's a nice pant, because of the size. So I like that. So Greg Lauren, and then the typical like a few like off-white pieces, a few like Bape stuff, and then I wear the Centrall stuff too, a bit of Nike here and there too for the essentials. An essential. I have one piece or two of essential. But your typical high-B stuff, but I'm trying to put whenever I put stuff together, my own way of doing things.
Your own little style to it. I feel that.
Definitely. All right. Talk to us about your podcast because we know that you have a podcast as well. What's that about?
Okay, so podcast, well, it was the lot. At one point, it was cool to make all the content with Centrall, but there's things that I don't feel I can openly say to the whole Centrall clientele because it's not my friend anymore, like the the guy that I do a lineup with anymore, or it's not. It's really anyone that's into sneakers in probably the Montreal area sees my or on my Instagram. And my Dolphin Cakes is more for the people that who are following me since the beginning, the people that are more fan of like how I do things, what I do, and instead of just like, oh, I can get this shoe at Centrall. So more about the back end. And I had that idea when we were on lockdown here in Montreal. I was like, yo, even if we're on lockdown, we still gotta show it how it is. There's a few interesting that happened behind the scene that I think some people would really enjoy. So I started putting that up, and so far the views are pretty good. So I'm just continuing with it. But like at first it was popping out. The idea I had was like, I don't know if you guys saw my I think my first podcast. There was a guy trying to impersonate the soccer team of Montreal, yes, and was trying to buy and he was good because he checked what was the name of the coach and all that. And the thing is I have a friend that's like professional. I have one of my employees that's in professional football. So he knows all the dudes from the Impact de Montréal. He knows the coaches and stuff. Like he knows them by name. It was like, that the name is legit. Okay. But then, oh shit, there was some mistakes in the email. He wants to pay with a check, all that stuff. So we kind of narrowed it down, and then it wasn't passing. But it was for like 20 pairs of Yeezys. Like my guy was like, yo, the guys aren't that size. They're more like that size. So I was like checking the size of the Yeezy and like, oh shit, that wouldn't fit. So like, sorry, but there's not much soccer players that are size 8. And they're like 5 pairs of size 8. So there's a few things that didn't pass, and then I put it out there, and people really enjoyed it because shit like that is all happening almost every day in the life of anyone that's an entrepreneur. And I think that maybe not everything, but something can be like shown to the public because it's cool to see what's happening behind the scenes, because it's not all good. People come in my store, drop thousands of dollars, leave with their items, and I pay my rent, and I go I take a trip to like whatever, the Bahamas,
there's
whatever.
Definitely headaches that go with it, man.
It ain't like that, but sometimes people need to see it to really understand what was the real work about.
No, that's.
I'm glad you show that side of it. I'm glad you show that side of it, man. Yeah.
Definitely. Want to say congrats, man, for everything that you've done, everything that you're about to do still. We've seen the process. Congratulations. Keep going strong, man. Anything you ever want from us, hopefully you know that you can always reach out. We'll do as much as we can to shout you out as well. With that being said, there's not much time left, but tell everybody where your social media handles are. Where can they find you and follow you?
Okay, well, social media, YouTube, Centrall MTL. I'm mostly more on Instagram though, so centrall.mtl. My personal Instagram, DolphinCakes514. Now the thing is TikTok, Centrall MTL, and Centrall MTL anywhere. You can pretty much find us pretty easily.
Dope, man.
Centrall with 2 L's.
With 2 L's. Dope, man. You know what? It's good chopping it up with you. Happy I got to sit down and talk to you. Definitely love your story. I'll be checking out the page more. I think I'm already following you anyways from a while back, but yeah, definitely you've been doing some big things, and keep doing it, bro. Keep doing it, man.
Respect, man. I'm working on some stuff, so some stuff might be cool. So we'll see in the future.
All right.
I'm looking forward to it.
All right. Thank you, Dolphin.
Peace.
All right, brother. Blessings.